Ever since it started making waves online and influencing the exchange industry, Bitcoin has been asserting its presence as one of the up-and-coming alternatives to the usual currencies we know and use today. If you remember from our last video, we talked about how nearly everyone in the world is eager to take a piece of the Bitcoin pie, and it's understandable considering how promising it has been in the past years. But it takes more than just your money to become rich in crypto, and buying Bitcoin is not something that can be done on a whim considering its tendencies. So, the million-dollar question is now the best time to buy Bitcoin? This is Diversified Streams, your go-to YouTube channel for all things crypto. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest news and tips related to crypto, and make sure to keep your notifications on so you'll be updated with our latest videos. We post frequently so you wouldn't want to miss it. For today's video, we will be talking about whether or not buying Bitcoin today is the most efficient decision to make. With a handful of factors to consider in order to ensure that we are getting the most out of our investment, it is only right to carefully assess the current environment of crypto in order to fully answer this question. In a tweet made by @BTC_archive, we see that big gains will most likely follow once Bitcoin meets the 200-week moving average. Now, based on the statistics, Bitcoin has indeed met the intended moving average, and we are in fact moving below and over it in just a little over a week. Now, while it does seem like Bitcoin has dipped below the moving average only by a tad bit in several occasions, what followed was still a sweet victory for our fellow crypto enthusiasts out there, as we had 120 times gains, 4 times gains, and 15 times gains even after dipping a bit lower on the graph. Moreover, the indicator also reports that we are, in actuality, nearly at the bottom, if not at the bottom of the net unrealized profit or loss indicator. Digging deeper on this NUPL, or Net Unrealized Profit or Loss, @OnChain College also tweeted that the NUPL of Bitcoin has entered the pink capitulation phase, where the selling pressure tends to go over and beyond the normal levels in Bitcoin. This allows for an amazing bounce back in Bitcoin, generating better gains for all. Looking over the times in which the Bitcoin NUPL has breached the pink capitulation phase, we see that these are actually the most optimal positions to purchase Bitcoin. While the position at which they have entered, the capitulation phase has been different, say nearly at the bottom or at the bottom, it does not necessarily reject the idea that it is still a highly potent opportunity to receive gains should one decide to buy Bitcoin. Liking this video so far? That's awesome. Now, you've already known that we feature several Twitter accounts in our videos to get our insights on crypto, and I'd like to know myself, who are your favorite crypto accounts to follow on social media? Comment them down below and let's see if we have the same faves. While you're at it, make sure that you're subscribed to our channel with your notifications on and give us a big thumbs up. Going back to the video, here at Diversified Streams, we are all about giving you the most realistic opinions and insights regarding crypto. As such, we make sure to check all possible reliable outlets of information for all things related to Bitcoin and crypto in general to make sure that we really help you decide whether or not you should buy Bitcoin today. Which is why it's important to understand the importance of having a ton of buy-side volume in order to match the volume levels of match buyer follow-through, as what @Rect Capital had tweeted. Alongside meeting 200-week moving average, we also need to have as many buyers in order to ensure the maximum utility we can get from owning a Bitcoin. If you still remember the concept of scarcity as previously discussed in our previous video, you'd know why. If not, you can go ahead and watch it on our channel so you can get a full grasp of how all these works. So going back, you can take a look at some of the instances in which Bitcoin met the 200-week moving average, while also being able to match the buyer follow-through levels by having a lot of buy-side volume. During these times, the value of Bitcoin ranged at a staggering $3,000 to $4,000, even going as high as $6,000 at its peak. truly the best time to buy Bitcoin. But having a high buy-side volume all at once is not the only way to ensure maximum gains. If you have been a crypto geek since 2018, you would know that the same result happened even without a large sum of buy-side volume, but rather due to an even better capitulation. The circumstance was substantial enough that even though the buy-side volume became huge in a matter of weeks, amazing returns were still harvested. As such, either of these situations can be observed in order to help you guys decide whether or not it is high time to buy. If one were to look into the history of Bitcoin's utility, they would easily make the inference that the gains exhibited all happened in the past, and currently it does not look as promising as they hoped it would be. But as I have mentioned before, the process of buying and selling Bitcoin is circular in motion. So, as cliché as it may sound, let me be the one to say it. It gets better. It may seem as though we are in a slump and the trend today looks slightly different to the past trends, but believe me when I say that we are still on track to realizing great gains from buying Bitcoin. At Kevin Svensson on his tweets says the same thing, and he even said that the next Bitcoin halving will be epic. If those are not the words of affirmation you've been wanting to hear before buying, then you definitely need to watch more of our videos. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty confident we are still on track to having a fairly profitable gain, folks. Now, if you need more drive to help you decide on whether or not you should buy now, let's see how crypto in general has been in terms of integrating itself in the world. First off, Shopify adds NFT-gated option for online retailers. If you guys do not know, Shopify is one of the world's biggest platforms for e-commerce, where thousands of sellers converge to set up their small businesses online and market their products. Through these NFT-gated storefronts, Shopify aims to develop a more rewarding experience for all their loyal customers through an exclusive experience that is filled with discounts and merch which we all love and live for, don't we? An even bigger opportunity for all my fellow crypto geeks who also happen to be massive football fans. The world's most famous football player Cristiano Ronaldo is going to partner with Binance for a multi-year NFT partnership. If that has not sunk in yet, two of the biggest names in their respective fields are colliding to bring you one of the biggest collaborations ever. Expect an influx of NFT and crypto enthusiasts because these collaborations are surely taking the world by storm. So you see, Bitcoin, ETH, and just cryptocurrency in general are currently flourishing and enticing more and more people by the day. It is a factor one must consider positively before buying Bitcoin or any other form of cryptocurrency, as the demand for it will dictate the utility it holds. Now finally, addressing the elephant in the room that has been sitting around since the beginning of this video, is now the best time to buy Bitcoin? I believe so, yes. Given the current situation and how things are currently rolling out for crypto, the future seems promising, honestly. Sure, the risks are astounding and you might be discouraged by other factors as well. But hey, risks will always be there anyway. If I were to decline the opportunity of buying Bitcoin today, not only am I getting rid of the risk, but also the substantial gains that I may realize in the future. But I obviously don't speak for everyone, especially those who are new to all of this. After all, the choice is still yours to make. And I am only here to relay to you the most helpful insights from different sources in order to help you make that decision. And just like that, you have reached the end of today's video. Hope you learned something new today with crypto, and if you have your own insights about today's topic, don't hesitate to leave your comments down below. We read and reply to them if we have time. So it is nice to have you guys interact with us. This is Diversified Streams. See you in our next video.